believe where I am.
The hospital bathroom?
Yeah, actually, yes, yeah.
Today, we're diving deep into the final episode of Black Mirror Season 7, USS Callister into Infinity. This is the direct sequel to the Season 4 fan-favorite USS Callister episode. And today, we're going to break down the full story, the ending, what it means for Nanette and her crew, and whether we might get another sequel in the future. Let's jump right in. At the end of Season 4, we saw Nanette and the USS Callister crew escape Robert Daly's cruel control and enter the open world of the Infinity game server.
We're not on Daly's computer anymore. We're in the cloud.
It seemed like a happy ending, but as Into Infinity shows us, life in the game wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Since they don't have real-world player tags, the crew finds themselves being hunted by real-world players. They're basically just trying to survive while collecting game credits, because if they don't, they risk being wiped out for good. Nanette, now the leader, comes up with a brilliant idea. Instead of playing this dangerous survival game forever, why not create a separate, locked-off universe?
Yeah, we would enter a secure and private and infinite universe.
A private space inside the cloud server where they can live safely without players attacking them. But to do that, they need to access something called the Heart of Infinity, basically the source code of the entire game. The Heart of Infinity and Robert's return. At the Heart of Infinity, Nanette finds something unexpected. A new version of Robert Daly, a digital clone, much calmer and less sadistic than the original Daly we saw in Season 4. At first, he seems willing to help. He tells Nanette he can send the crew into a safe universe. And even better, transfer her consciousness into her real human body in the outside world. It sounds too good to be true, and it is. Why Nanette had to kill Robert? As it turns out, Robert hadn't really changed. Instead of just transferring Nanet's mind, he planned to copy it. One version would wake up in the real world, but the other would stay trapped with him forever, just like the old Robert loved to do in Season 4. When Nanette figures this out, she realizes history is about to repeat itself. Robert even uses his godlike powers to make Nanette's mouth disappear, just like he did before. This time, though, Nanette fights back. She kills Robert before he can trap her again. Killing Robert has huge consequences. Because Robert wasn't just a clone, he was the architect of the Heart of Infinity. When he dies, the entire game system collapses. Everyone logged into Infinity sees an error message. Fatal Content Error 606. That means the game and the company behind it are completely wiped out. Meanwhile, Nanette acts fast. She uses special data disks to transfer her consciousness into her real-world body, just before everything falls apart. As for the rest of the USS Callister crew, they successfully escape into a new private pocket universe, but it's not what they expected. After the collapse, Nanette wakes up in her real human body, finally free. But the USS Callister crew? They're now living inside Nanet's mind. That's right, the new pocket universe is hosted in her brain. They can see the world through her eyes, and they can even call her on her phone to talk to her. It's a crazy but touching twist that shows they're still connected, literally. Sadly, not everyone made it. 2 crew members died during the events. Carl was murdered by the digital clone of Walton. Shania's death happened off-screen, before Season 7 even started. Another major reveal in Into Infinity is the real history of the DNA cloner. It was originally created for, let's just say, adult entertainment purposes. But because of its disturbing ethical problems, it got banned in the real world. Still, Robert and Walton misused the technology, cloning real people to trap and enslave them inside the game. And speaking of Walton, the real-world version gets arrested after Nanette anonymously tips off the FBI. He's charged with fraud, digital human rights abuse, embezzlement, failure to report an accident. Basically, he's finished. Now here's the big question. Will there be another sequel? The ending leaves the door open. Before the credits roll, the crew asks Nanette if she's still working on separating their universe from her mind. She says she is, but it's clear she's more interested in living her new real-world life. This could lead to conflict between Nanette and the digital clones. Maybe even another showdown where the lines between real and virtual life get even blurrier. In fact, the show is already giving off Severance vibes, where two versions of the same person fight for control. So there you have it. USS Callister Into Infinity gave the crew a more satisfying ending, but also left us with a lot of questions. If Black Mirror decides to continue this story, there's plenty of room for a deeper, darker exploration of identity, freedom, and what it really means to live. Would you want another USS Callister sequel? Or should the story end here? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.